Hello, my name is Jose, and today I'm going to be showing you how to sharpen your own knife. But so today, there's two different methods of sharpening. Well, one of them is not really sharpening, but it's honing. And I'll be showing you that first. First, we have something called a steel, or a honing steel if you like to call it. It doesn't really sharpen the knife, it hones it. And what it does, it straightens out the edge much more than sharpening. Sharpening wise, it's not that great to use, but it's good to keep your knife nice and straight. And how to use it? From watching, all you have to do is get the edge of your knife, put it up top, and go down with the blade just on an angle. See how the knife is at an angle, it's not completely on the thing. You keep it on the side. Some people just do it straight down. Don't forget to do the other side too. Both edges are really important when, cutting things. There's another way how to do it. You grab it by the handle and do it towards you. And I'm not gonna do that because I'm not experienced like that. Now, we're gonna move on to the whetstone. It's very important that you soak up your whetstone. Completely cover it with water in a bowl or in a bucket or whatever you have. Or even if you do have a whetstone or not. To use a whetstone, we're just gonna grab some water. After soaking it, we're gonna grab some water, make sure it's like a good layer of water. And we're gonna grab our hand, grab the knife like so, put your fingers on the tip, and just go back and forth. The most important thing about sharpening a knife is to make sure you do it at an angle. You don't wanna sharpen this part. You want to sharpen the blade. Oh wait, I forgot to show you how dull this blade is. I even cleaned it. That's terrible. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn this dull knife into a sharp one. And like I said before, make sure you put like a little constant layer of water on the whetstone. You're going to grab the tip, go back and forth. Some people are very skilled and they just do the whole thing at once, but I'm not that type of level of guy. And it's very important to use the whole length of the whetstone. You don't want to, because when you use the whetstone, it takes off some of the grind from all this. So if you just do it in the middle, there's just going to be a little crater in the middle of the whetstone. And when sharpening a knife, if you're a beginner, just do it nice and slow. Don't try and rush things. And the most important thing is to keep the knife, like, the spine of the knife, I guess, what was it, 5 pennies away from the whetstone. It's just so it can focus on the blade much more. And especially on this brown side of this whetstone, because there's a white side to it. This one has like a different type of grit to get rid of any metal shavings that are, undefined. on the grind. And like I said in the beginning, it's good to focus on the other edge of the knife because both edges are not going to be sharp from one side. This one gets a little intimidating because the blade's facing towards you, but don't be discouraged. Just make sure you got a firm grip on the knife handle, fingers on above the spine, and just a little away from the tip, just to be safe. And just do the same thing. And because I love second guessing myself, I'm gonna sharpen this edge again. It sounds good, but we're not done yet. Like I said, these two have different types of grit. You see right here, 400 and 1000. This one has a much firmer grip. Not grip, grit. My bad. is just to give it a final liner touch to finally sharpen this dull knife. Alright, let's finally check. If it doesn't cut, you're gonna stay here for another few minutes. Oh, baby. Oh. Looks like I sharpened this part, but this part is still kind of dull, I guess. Well, for the meantime, I'll tell you the importance of sharpening a knife. I mean, take tomatoes for example. They're nice, red, juicy, but yet the skin is durable as hell. I mean, how are you gonna cut anything with a dull knife with a tomato? Come on. Don't you just hate it when you don't know when your knife is sharp enough? You try to cut a tomato, and the juice just splatters out, and it's just an indent in your tomato. I mean, who does not like that? You know? Oh, and another important note is how to put your knife away, especially when cleaning. I mean, just imagine sanitizing in a big sink. You know, the 3-set sink over there? It's, in most kitchens they have those, but you can't just leave a knife in any soapy water, especially if it's a really current sharp knife. You can't just leave it in the soapy water. You can't see anything beyond that. And if someone just recklessly just puts their hand in there, that ain't gonna look good, you know. Now let's see if this part is able to cut through paper. That was terrible. again. Well, it looks like it's sharp enough. Let's give it one more test. Looks like this part is still not sharp enough. 20-minute long video, I guess. Gotta hurry this up. Good morning. Okay. Let's give it another test run. That was my fault. And like before, turn this dull knife into a sharp knife. And I'll say it again. The steel, good for honing, keeping the knife straight, not sharpening, honing. The whetstone is to keep it sharp. And to put away your knife, make sure it's in its own casing at the very least. Like here in this kitchen, there's a box for every type of knife. Let me show you. Boom. Everything needs to be taken care of, especially the knives. No one wants to get hurt by those. And I mean nobody. And when cleaning the knife, make sure it's not in soapy water. Make sure it's very visible to anyone in the kitchen. That is a must. And keeping a sharp knife get everything done much more efficiently. Cutting tomatoes, melons, doing a supreme on oranges, supreme, or however it's pronounced. Make sure you keep that in mind.